In this video, we are going to solve paper 2-1 of October-November 2017. The question number 1 is, Jasmine earns $12.50 for each hour she works. She works for 38 hours each week. She is given a pay increase of 6%. Calculate the total amount Jasmine earns each week after increase in her salary. Now, as given, her previous salary is 12.50 per hour, and this is increased by 6%. So 6% increase in 12.50 is 12.50 plus 6% of 12.50. Now 6% is 6 over 100, and that is 0.06 into 12.50, now which will give you 0.75. Now 0.75, which is 6% of 12.50, will be added in 12.50, which was her previous or initial salary. Now that becomes $13.25 per hour, and as told, she works for 38 hours. So 38 into 13.25, which is her salary for 1 hour. So salary per hour multiplied by total number of hours will give you $503.5. That is her salary for the week. Part number 2 is, Abdul earns $525 each week. He moves to a new job where he earns $462 each week. Previously it was $525, now he is earning $462. As you can see, there is a reduction. So you have to calculate percentage reduction. So percentage reduction is basically equal to the change or the difference in his earnings. His previous earning was $525 and now his earning is $462. So 525 minus 462 will give you the difference in his earning divided by the original earning, which is 525, multiply by 100. This will give you 63 over 525 into 100, and the percentage reduction in his earning is 12%. Part number 3 is, Maria is given a pay increase of 3%. After the pay increase, she earns $2472 each month. Calculate her monthly pay before the pay increase. Now this $2472 is her pay after increase, and we don't know what is her pay before the increase in pay. So we have to suppose that before pay increase she was getting some X dollars, and that X dollars was increased by 3%, and after that increase she got $2472. Now X plus 3% of X mean her original salary before increase plus 3% increase in that salary will give you her new salary. Now 3% is 3 divided by 100, which is 0.03. So X plus 0.03X will give you 1.03X equal to 2472. From here you can find the value of X, which is $2,400. So that is her previous salary or her salary before the increase. So part B is, the exchange rate between dollars and pounds is $1 is equal to 0.65 pounds. The exchange rate between euro and pound is 1 euro is equal to 0.74 pounds. Then changes 520 euros into pounds. After conversion from euros to pounds, he spends 260 pounds and then changes the rest into dollars. Work out how many dollars he receives. Okay, Dan has 520 euros and he converted them into pounds. According to conversion or exchange rate, 1 euro is 0.74 pounds. He has got 520 euros. So multiply 520 on both sides. So 520 euros will give you 520 into 0.74 pounds, that is 384.8 pounds. Now from this amount he spends 260 pounds. So subtract 260 pounds from 384.8 pounds. You will get 124.8 pounds. Now we have to convert these pounds into dollars. The rate is, exchange rate, $1 is 0.65 pounds. Because we have to convert pounds into dollars, so we must know 1 pound is equal to how many dollars. Now for that, divide both sides by 0.65 so that you can have 1 over here. So 1 pound will be equal to 1 divided by 0.65 dollars, while 124.8 pounds will be equal to 124.8 pounds will be equal to 1.538 into 124.8. Now from where these values have been obtained, if you can see, 1 divided by 0.65 will give you 1.538. So 1 pound is equal to 1.538 dollars from here. Now we have to find 124.8 pounds. We have to convert this into dollars. So multiply both sides by 124.8. So when you will multiply this with 124.8, it will become 124.8 pounds. Similarly, multiply this side by 124.8, so you will get $192. So 124.8 pounds is equal to $192. Question number 2 is, Sunil recorded the length in minutes of 150 phone calls he made 1 month. Now this is length of call that Sunil made, and this is frequency of each phone call. Now that is divided into various classes. Now first class is from 0 to 5, mean time is greater than 0 or less than or equal to 5. Now that group or class has frequency of 35. The next class is from 5 to 10, time is more than 5 or less than or equal to 10 and frequency is 42. The next one has got a class from 10 till 20, frequency is 30. Now the next one is from 20 to 30, frequency is 28, and the last one is from 30 to 50 and the frequency is 15. Part number A is calculate the estimate of the mean length of a call. Now mean can be calculated by using the formula summation fx over summation f. Mean, you have to multiply frequency with x, where x is the mid value of each class. So finding out fx and summing them, this is f and x is the middle value of this class. The middle value of 0 and 5 is 2.5. So mid value 2.5 into frequency 35 is fx. Similarly, frequency is 42 and the middle value of this class, that is from 5 to 10, is 7.5. So 42 into the middle value 7.5 is fx. Next one is 30 into the mid value of 10 and 20, which is 15. So 30 into 15. Next is 28 and the mid value of 20 and 30, which is 25. So here you can see 28 into 25 and the last one is 15 into the mid value of 30 and 50, and the mid value is 40. So we have added, this is fx plus fx plus fx plus fx. So you have added all the values of the product fx here. Now you have to divide it by summation f, mean sum all the frequencies, 35 plus 42 plus 30 plus 28 plus 15. Now when you will simplify it, your answer will be 14.35. Now this is the mean. Now in second part, they have asked us to draw a histogram to represent this data. Now for histogram, you need to find frequency density, as I have done over here. This is frequency density. Now frequency density is used when your class interval is different, unequal class interval. Here we have a class interval of 5. Here you have got interval of 5. Here we have got a class interval of 10 or class width. Here you have got a class width of 10. From 20 to 30 we have a width of 10, and here we have got a class width of 20. So when we have different class intervals or unequal class intervals, then you need to find frequency density, and frequency density is basically frequency of that class divided by the width of that class. Now the frequency is 7 and the width is from 0 to 5. The width is 5. So frequency over width, 35 over 5 will give you 7. This is frequency density. For the next class, frequency density will be 42, which is frequency over class width, which is 5. So that will give you 8.4. For the next group, frequency is 30 and class width is 10. So 30 over 10 is 3. For the next class, frequency is 28 and class width is 10. 28 divided by 10 will give you 2.8. Similarly, find the frequency density for the last class, frequency over class width, which is 0.75. Now when you are going to draw a histogram, on y-axis you have to draw, or you have to plot frequency density, and on x-axis we have to mention length of call. Now from 0 to 5, 0 till 5, we have a frequency density of 7. So here you can see from 0 till 5 we have a frequency density of 7, between 6 and 8, 7. So this is our first bar. From 5 to 10 we have a frequency density of 8.4. So this is 5, this is 10. So we have a frequency density of 8.4. Here you can see. Then from 10 to 20 we have a frequency density of 3. From 10 to 20 we have a frequency density of 3. Here you can see. This is frequency density on y-axis. For next group, 20 to 30, we have a frequency density of 2.8. 20 to 30 we have a frequency density of 2.8. Here you can see. In this way you can complete your histogram. In the last part, they have asked us to find an estimate for the percentage of Sunil's calls that were longer than 25 minutes. Okay. So here you have got 25 from the histogram. So from 25 to 30, find the area of this part. The area is, the width is 5. 25 till 30 you have got the width, that is 5, and the height is 2.8. So width into height will give you the area. Similarly, find area of this section, because we have to find the percentage of number of calls having time more than 25 minutes. So this is included in more than 25 minutes. So the area for this one is from 30 to 50. The width is, or the base is 20, and the height is 0.75. So 5 into 2.8, 5 into 2.8 plus 20 into 0.75 divided by total number of calls. So that will give you, this is 14, this is 15 over 150, because we have to find percentage multiplied with 100. So your answer will be nearly 19.3%. Question number 3 is, the diagram shows the position of 3 towns This is town A, this is town B, this is town C. Now the B is due north of A and the bearing of C from A. C from A. Now the bearing is 220. Now find the bearing of A from C. Now from C mean draw north at C. Draw north at C. According to the rules, move in clockwise direction until you touch the line that is joining C and A. This one. Now you need to find this angle, this bearing. Now this is, if this is 220, then this is 140 because the complete circle is of 360, and out of 360 220 is subtracted, you will get 140. Now this is due north, this is also north, so these two are parallel lines and this one is no transversal line. Now if this is 140, then this is 40 because angle on a line is 180. So if this is 140, then this must be 40, so that they add up to become 180. Now the bearing of A from C is 040 as expressed in 3 digits. Part B is show that BC is 59.4. This is BC. We have to show that this is 59.4. So using law of cosine, we know the length of AC, which is 38. We know the length of AB, which is 25. We know the angle between AC and AB, which is 140. So using law of cosine, BC square, if you can see, is equal to AC square plus AB square minus 2 times AC into AB into cos of angle between them, that is cos 140, this one. Now simplify this one. AC is 38, AB is 25, this one. AC is 38, AB is 25. Now the answer will be, simplification will give you these results, and the answer will be 2069 for BC square. Now this answer is not for BC square, this answer is for, I think, for these two, and when you will multiply 1900 with cos 140, you will get this one. Yes. Now add this one and this one. 2069 is addition of these two, while the result of this one is plus 1455.48. Add them, you will get 3524 as BC square. So we have to find BC, so square root both sides. BC square root, we have to take square root over here, we have to take square root over here. So the answer for BC will be 59.36, which in 3 significant figures. Now this is 4 significant figure, we have to reduce it to 3 significant figure. We have to drop this one. You can drop 6. If the number to be dropped is greater than 5 or equal to 5, you have to increase the previous digit by 1. So increase 3 by 1, so answer is 59.4. Now the next part is calculate the bearing of C from B. C from B. Okay. From B mean draw north at B. From B mean draw north at B. Now from there, move in clockwise direction until you will touch the line which is joining B with C. You need to find this angle, this bearing. Now this is understood up till here. This is 180. We need to work on this one. Okay. Using law of sine, you can find this one. 38 divided by sine of angle B. Here you can see 38 over sine of angle B. 38 over sine of angle B is equal to 59.4 over sine 140. Now this BC is 59.4 over sine 140. So from here you can find angle B, cross multiply 38 into sin 40, sin B into 59.4. From here you can find the value of angle B, which is 24.280.